Hey guys, welcome back to another video, where today I'm going to show you this extremely compact and infinitely stackable creeper and spider farm for Minecraft 1.17.1 and above. So how this works is inside of the farm, all the creepers and spiders will spawn on these layers of scaffolding, because they can actually spawn on scaffolding, and because of this little top part up here on the scaffolding block, they actually will only allow the spiders and creepers to spawn inside this thing, but they can actually spawn with their heads in between the scaffolding, just like this creeper has it right here. So because the creepers and spiders can spawn on the scaffolding, and the scaffolding also limits what types of mobs will actually spawn in here, this makes it a lot more compact than using something like a trapdoor to make it so that only spiders and creepers can spawn inside of a farm, because mobs can't actually spawn on trapdoors, but they can spawn on these scaffolding blocks right here. So after all the mobs spawn inside of the farm, down here we have this hopper clock, which will activate the dispensers on either side of this thing. So these dispensers over here don't have their water dispensed, and they're inside of the dispensers instead. And then the water over here is already dispensed and flowing across this platform, as you can see. And what this means is when we activate both of them at the same time, this side will sweep out all the mobs by spawning water right here, and then the other side will get rid of its water and let new mobs spawn over here. And then the cycle will repeat, so one side will always be open to spawning mobs, while the other is flushing them down into this magma area down here. Once the mobs get flushed down to the bottom, they'll start dying from the magma, but sometimes the spiders will actually try to escape, so we have these powdered snow blocks right here to prevent that. Because if the spider tries to run away, they'll just run into these powdered snow blocks right here, and then even if they do manage to climb on this wall right here and escape the magma damage, they'll start taking damage from the cold of powdered snow eventually, and then they'll end up dying anyways, and dropping their items, which will be picked up by this hopper minecart down here, and put into this barrel. So now that you know how this thing works, I'm going to show you how to use it. So down here is the first thing we need to activate. We have to activate this hopper minecart right here, so it'll go back and forth and start unloading the items once it catches some. And then over here, we should activate the cycle for the dispensers. It might lag a little bit at first. And as you can see, the mobs will get swept away, and this side will get cleansed. And then if we step back a little bit, we can see the mobs spawning. But normally you'd head all the way up there to that block up there. I'm not sure if you can see that. But up there is the AFK area for this farm. But we can also just step back right here so you can get a better view of what's happening. So as you can see, the mobs are spawning. And then after a little bit, the water will switch sides and push them all down to the bottom, where they're killed by the magma blocks. And then more mobs are spawning on the other side. And then after a little bit, they should also be pushed down as well, as you can see. And then if we go over here, we can actually see what they're dropping. So as you can see, there's a ton of them, and there's even actually these spider jockeys right here. And they will also die because the spiders will die, and then the skeletons will also die. So we can get things like arrows and bones from this farm occasionally. But obviously we don't really normally want that from this farm, but we will get a little bit of those, unfortunately, because of those spider jockeys. And because of how compact this is, there isn't really any ways to stop the spiders from spawning that I could find. As you can see, this spider has actually done what we were talking about earlier, where it tries to climb out of the magma and just died from the powder snow anyways. Also, you might have saw earlier, there was a spider stuck right in here, and sometimes that will happen, but eventually the spider will just despawn or find a way to walk out into the magma and kill itself. So it doesn't really affect the farm at all. Then when you want to turn this thing off, all you have to do is come down here, and then you can turn off the dispensers, and then wait for this to pick up all of its items, and turn it off again. And as you can see, just from that little time of AFKing, we've got all of this stuff. But that's going to be it for this video, so if you liked it, then please leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!